guess this is going to be the third one. It's 3:41 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's still Monday, the 5th of June, 2023, the Weaver Gen City, Roseman, California. What's going on, guys? Yeah, things have been happening, and I'm still going over it. Earlier today, I got triggered. I was thinking about the graduation in about a year or less, and how to deal with that, and realizing the family that I wanted to be with me, or friends, probably won't be there. I start thinking about it more often, and I'm still torn apart about it. Mom and Dave not here physically, but spiritually they probably will, and probably rooting for me. But to physically use the eyeballs to see the stands and know that they're not there, but just for me alone to stand on there, not knowing if I'm going to have any kind of strength or courage to get up on there, and then if I don't get up on there, I'll lose an opportunity left and right. I'll lose an opportunity left and right because I denied myself that opportunity. I'm really saying to the world, alone in the night, at least I did something. May not meant much to the universe. But for me, it mattered a damn. It mattered a damn. It also means I won't be going back to the college. Unless, of course, I wanted to go through the whole route all over again, looking for another major to go through. Waste some more time. Instead of pursuing one particular topic, or just change the topic and try to do something else in the higher levels. Because I got so used to what was considered a partial home for myself that I could possibly drop my guard down and just deal with it. I mean, maybe been strangers each semester, but something about the place kind of reminded me of home. And that I was comfortable and safe, relatively speaking. I'm still having a hard time trying to deal with it right now as it is a home here. Losing my brother was the last straw in me that just said, that's it, I'm broken. Screw this noise. Losing Ma was hard enough as it is. My brother was with me. We both had to struggle with our own grief and how we interpreted it. Made a promise to Ma, well, after she died. Promised to myself that I was going to get through college and I was going to do it this time. Didn't matter how long it was going to take. Well, I'd seen how long it took. But now I realize I'm so damn close to it, it still hurts like hell. How am I going to feel when I walk on that stage? How am I going to look at myself and understand that this matters a great deal? Sacrificed a hell of a lot just to get to that particular point. And the journey's not even over yet. It's just another waypoint. How am I going to feel and how am I going to look when I know that no one else that I recognize may not be there for me to support me on? I still have to find the strength necessary to continue on. Am I going to continue to be the academia? Am I going to go for a career choice? But the thing that matters most is how I'm going to act and react and feel at that moment. I kept playing different scenarios in my head on this one. How am I going to look at myself and realize what I'm doing is, leave that hanging there. No, just let that just hang right there. Am I going to be the only schmuck up there who doesn't have family members, friends, nobody to cheer them on except their own selves? Nobody of support? Nobody that would care enough? I wanted to graduate when Dave was alive. I wanted my brother to be alive and see it and be appreciative that, I did it for him, I did it for mom, but I was doing it for me. 30 years I screwed up in college. 30 plus years ago, I screwed up 2 years over at Pierce College because I didn't take it seriously enough. I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't ready for it. Ma thought she could just continue to push me off for this damn thing, and maybe I built myself upon that. I thought I could. I really wasn't ready for this shit. God, it was like being back in SWAS all over again. Not only a few years older and not much more wiser or mature enough, that I had to have more emphasis and more focus on the work than I had back in the public education system. At least if my grades were that bad, it could have held me back or expelled me. It's one thing dropping a grade. I survived that. I should have graduated in 84, but instead I graduated in 85 because I didn't take education that seriously enough. No, 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 no. It was also, let's see, the stress at home at that point. Not liking a teacher really bad. A lot of things playing during that time. My interests. God, there was too many factors during that time. And I had to redo the 11th grade. I had to redo the 11th grade and struggle in a different structure, heavy structure at this point. The pre-college level wasn't working for the kid because I wasn't ready for it. Even though the topics were almost interesting enough for me to get through and barely pass, but I passed. It wasn't enough. And I didn't know how to get to myself during that time. I had to plow right through the damn system to get a C average, to get the hell out. And then getting into college, I really had to find more and more out of myself for it. I could struggle with some of the work that I liked, but the other work I didn't like, algebra, mid heavy duty math never worked. Sciences I tried, but they still used a lot of math, and why didn't I take that seriously enough? Especially when dealing with geology. And I wanted to understand geology about how the planet worked. Why the hell I was so damn afraid of earthquakes. Why it just scared the shit out of me. That was the reason why I went to geology classes. English history was something about my family's past I wanted to learn more about. Where we came from. What was so important about England. More complicated in the American history classes. More complicated. And convoluted. I got bored. this royalty class going after each other with this cloak and dagger, and it was just depressing as hell because that instructor was depressing as hell, and I really wasn't giving it all that I had. Memory by rote, but you still had to reinterpret the damn thing just to satisfy the professor, and I didn't do a good job on that one. I didn't drop the class, but I sure as hell had a problem trying to deal with the damn class. Fuck. I mean, I could get into American literature and talk about the stuff. No problem with that. I can talk about literature. I can talk about it. And it meant something to me. It meant something to me. English literature is all right. But it was still literature. Some things meant something, and I couldn't get into the romances. Maybe somehow the Gothic, and I could just try to equate current level thinking during that time, like I've been doing decades later. More mature, more life experiences, which meant more interpretation and more analysis for whatever works I'm looking at, because now I got a better perspective on it, or a different, mature perspective on it. Back then, I didn't have that much. Couldn't stretch it out. I should have picked different classes, but I picked a few classes that actually I thought were interesting enough. I got lifelong regrets. If I walk on that stage, after I find out I'd get graduated and get the cap, get the gown, and realize one particular stage is done and the other one's going to be down the road I got to work towards. Monday, we're not there, and I have to struggle. And I don't know who's going to be there with me to. I don't know. And the thing of it is, I go through it. I'm going to go through it because I had to, I needed to, and it was about due, and it was about time. I could look at myself in the mirror and then look at myself with the tassel and the cap and the robe. I kept thinking something silly about this one. I wanted to either keep it dignified or not dignified. If I was going to keep it dignified like everybody else, that's one thing. But I wear that robe. I know I'm carrying a lot from the family, the memories, the thoughts, the feelings, a lifetime. The weird ass thought was the vest I would wear underneath, just a standard college shirt underneath with a vest. Of course, using a lot of right guard. Make sure the clothes were cleaned enough. And that I could look at myself in the mirror and I think this is it. This stage is done. Now what the hell do I do for the next one? I have a lot of thought and worry to worry about the future at this point. When I'm still struggling with a day by day situation. I kept hassling with myself. I'd probably wear my vest underneath the robe. Of course, keep a backpack with me. Need to change of clothing. Under pad, just in case. Never know when those damn things will be needed anyway. and possibly a couple of plushies just for support. I have the bag kept with a security guard. Here you guys go. Take a look. See if I'm okay or not with it. And if I had one of the smaller plushies with for comfort, I mean, wait, no, bear would be too damn big. I don't know where the hell I'd have him at anyway. But walk up. I guess I'd have the vest underneath with the hat. And just before I get up there, stop for a second, switch the cap to my regular cap, and give him a look. I'll hobble up there with the cane. Of course, my mother and my brother would be shaking their heads if they were alive, saying, "Why the hell did he screw this up? He didn't do this in high school." During high school, I wouldn't dare do it. During high school, I didn't dare do anything like that. I already had the Attack of the Killer Zets. What else did I needed? I didn't have any Star Trek baseball caps or anything else to wear like I'm a Trekkie or not. I'll just do this to people left and right. But, no, I guess I'd be like everybody else, and I kept thinking to myself, screw that noise, be me. Be me. Put the cap on. Still wear the robe, but have it zipped open. Because you got your traveler's vest on. And you're telling them, I did it. I came onto the campus with a vest similar to this thing. And sometimes it was ragged as hell. And I had a ragged backpack at times. And I went through this thing. And I did it. I did it. And I could look him in the eye, hobbling as I am. And I'll probably be emotional at that point, but at least I'll be able to tell him straight in the eye, at least I did it my way. I did it. Of course, probably putting a videotape out there to tell people, maybe about a couple of weeks, maybe post it on their websites or something like that, including send it to the administrator at the time, just to let them know why. After what I've endured, after what I've gone through. Going through the college, but also earlier than that. Struggle like crazy through the K through 12, dealing with health problems, dealing with mental health issues, dealing with people leaving me left and right, dying on me, and I had to keep struggling on. How I had to deal with life and death personally. Trying to struggle on with a public education system that wants me to repeat things like a parrot. And where was the creativity out of that? Where was the encouragement for it? Only because I didn't go through it or see it. And if it was there, I wasn't taking care of it. And I had to struggle with family who was losing family members and health reasons. And you get out of the education system only to be placed into the higher level and realize you're not ready for this. You're not ready for anything. And I thought I would have been, and I didn't. So I struggled 2 years with classes. Some I did, and others GPA tanked, letter of separation, kicked out for about a year. And during that time, either you sink and swim, sink because you're homeless, or you swim and dog paddle like crazy when you go into job to job to job, and you mature, and you learn, and you grow, and you realize sometimes academia helped, and other times academia wasn't going to help. And And during 30 years, I kicked my ass. 30 years, I kicked my ass. Trade schools are one thing to learn a new skill here and there that help out with the budget. And a lot of them did help it. And office work to learn office skills. Occupational therapy, no, occupational training for medical terminology, transcription, billing and coding helped. Got those pieces of paper. I had the skills. And they helped with jobs, but it didn't change my academics status. I had disappointment with my mother for a long time. And I thought she was disappointed in me before she left this planet. But I think she was maybe proud that I stuck with things. And maybe there was a regret that I didn't go through college and stuck with it back then, but maybe you should understand I wasn't ready for the damn crap yet. And I wasn't able to talk to her about it even after she died. I wish we could have talked about it before she died. But that's a regret I have. My brother realized how important it was to Ma and to myself. He encouraged me to get into college. He was going to join me, but he was going to take the plunge first. And he couldn't do it, so I did it. And here we are coming up to the point. At the time of this broadcast, of this video here, I got about a year maybe to fulfill, and after that, I don't know what happens after that. But I can hope, despite all the setbacks I've been running into, despite all the damn grieving in the mourning and the mental illness and everything else happening to me these days, that I'll be able to still hobble up those stairs with a cane. Probably a backpack full of plushies. And I'll look at him and say, I don't know what to say. Thanks is not enough. If I was allowed to hug and cry on their shoulders, I would. For a few brief seconds, just to let them know how much everything mattered a great deal. Despite all the sacrifices, it was like a second home to me. And if I could go back and do it all over again, I probably would. If I could go and go through the system again to get another major, I probably would. Just to be with the family I had over there. Some will retire and others will die off. And that's part of my family going. And that hurts. But me getting on that stage and getting the diploma and realizing that's it. It's like an eviction notice. I have too many of those in my past. And they all hurt. But losing people that I care about and love, if they are standing in front of me, this isn't a very helpful or hopeful video to say. Goodbyes suck. Grief really sucks, and I'm mourning it before it happens. I do. I know it's going to be a crossroads. Another journey ends and another journey begins. And I'll still be mourning the living because I'll be missing them a great deal because they meant something in my life, even for an old man still growing and maturing. And I'd hoped maybe that somehow I contributed something to the school, to the students, to the generations, that maybe my presence meant something. I've been crying like this all morning before making this. I, yeah, hell with it.